a lot on that, that it will be recorded. I'm sure it will be recorded. And when it is recorded, in fact, after the session, I will go through it. Gam, send it to us, send it to share it. Okay, today I want to speak to us or share these thoughts, these emancipations on things that will help you to rise to the occasion, rising to the occasion, rising to the occasion. What occasion actually? What occasion do you need to rise to? Stay with me. I want to ask us a question and I want you to comment in the chat room. What is 5 plus 5? I want to see your comments in the chat room. What is 5 plus 5? What is 5 plus 5? What is 2 plus 8? What is 4 plus 6? What is 4 plus 6? Are you sure it's 10? What is 1 plus 9? 1 plus 9. What is 1 plus 9? I'm not sure you guys are sure. What is 7 plus 3? What is 7 plus 3? Oh, because it's addition. What is 2 times 5? What is 2? When you multiply 2 by 5 with 5, what does it give? 10. What is 20 divided by 2? What is 20 divided by 2? 20 divided by 2. All these are 10. All these, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is still 10. 4 plus 6 is 10. 3 plus 7 is still 10. 4 plus 6 is still 10. 5 plus 5, still 10. 20 divided by 2, still 10. 40 divided by 4 is still 10. What this means is that there are 1,001 ways we can get to 10. Don't ever make the mistake of thinking our business is the only way to get to the promised land. Somebody may not be expecting to hear what I just said. Don't make the mistake and don't ever preach to anybody. Don't even preach it, because before we preach or before we propose our business, before we propose our solution to people, many of us have come to the mindset where we have convinced ourselves that our business is the only way to get to the promised land, to get to financial freedom, to get to having the best things of life. No, it's not. It is not. Nobody should deceive you that it is, and don't deceive yourself it is. But we have chosen, listen to this attentively, please. But we have chosen our business. Oh, goodness. We have chosen this business to be the way to our 10. We have accepted. Someone says my audio is breaking. Is my audio really breaking? Please, if you can hear me loud and clear. Oh, your voice is breaking. How do I make it to stop breaking? Because the modem is on as usual. Has it stopped breaking? Well, I don't know what to do now because the modem is on. The modem I use often, so I don't know what to do. Let's just pray it stops breaking because I wouldn't know what to do. Has it stopped breaking? It's not my movement. It can't be my movement. Am I? Will I? Have I ever been a this thing when I'm speaking? No, it can't be my movement. It's network. Okay, is it better now? 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 Okay. Is it better now? Wow. Okay, you guys will give me a minute. I will put off the modem and power it back on. Okay? Stay online. I will power off the modem and bring it back on. Okay? And then see if it will be better. Okay? Stay with me. Okay, how is it now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it better? And some of you are proposing very wonderful analogies that the farther I'm from my microphone, it breaks. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Can you hear me better now? Okay, good. Okay, good. Very good. Very good. It's better now, yeah? Let me see your comments in the chat room. Okay. Okay. It's our network providers. It's not the laptop can pick from some meters away from it, okay? Yeah. Let me share my screen again, guys. Someone says very great. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, let me put this guy on silent. Okay. It's better now, yeah? Okay. It's better. So I was saying that there are many ways, just as there are many variations, various permutations to get to a 10, there are many ways to make money. There are many ways to achieve financial freedom. There are so many ways. But we in C21FG, we in great achievers have chosen, have accepted the path of the connected economy as the path to get us to our financial freedom. Now we have accepted that we use network marketing as the tool. Now, when you sign up into this business, you need to also align with that acceptance that this is the path that we have chosen to becoming financially free and then helping other people to become financially free. And there are 1001 reasons why this vehicle we are using, the connected economy, this system we are using, there are 1001 reasons why it is better than some. Yes, it is better. It is better because the cost of coming into it is low compared to other sources of achieving financial freedom. It is less. It is also less because of the environment it brings to us. Okay, the environment of support, the environment of mentorship. It is better because it prepares you for the real world. So it doesn't just teach you it doesn't just avail to you the opportunity to make money. No, it also avails you the opportunity to develop yourself, to become a better version of yourself that is qualified for the success you are looking for. Because some of us are in this business, but we have not accepted this as the channel to success in our business. That is why you see some people who are in this business but doing industrial economy business. Let me explain. Some people will say, no, Gam now, but I have a job. No, that's not what I mean. Some people in our business, some great achievers listening to the sound of my voice, some people in this business have not accepted this as the path. We are in this business, but we are more interested in the industrial economy that goes on with the business. Let me explain this. Someone is in the business, but is more interested in the money he or she makes by selling of questionnaire. Oh, Gam has it. Have you? Stay with me, calm down. Someone is in the business as a more interested in the part payment that he will put in his pocket. Someone is in the business, but the person has not accepted working. What are the things we do in the business? Finding prospects, inviting prospects, presenting to prospects. Yes. What are the things we do? Following up on prospects, getting new distributors properly started, promoting events. These are the activities we do, growing our leadership qualities so that we can lead the group that we have started into the business. Yes? But many of us in the business are here, but we are not interested in these things. We have not accepted these things to be the things we should be doing. We are looking for the industrial economic things we are doing in the business. That's why someone will be okay instead of, oh goodness, instead of someone following up. Thank God the part payment thing is abolished. Thank God it's abolished. Because so many of that thing has made so many of us to stop focusing on the business. In fact, from ab initio, that part payment thing fueled the non-acceptance of the channel that our business utilizes. We are looking for things that we will make out of the business. We are looking for things that we will achieve that gives us a one-off gain, and forgetting to build on the true benefit of the business, which is the residual and passive nature of the connected economy. So, since we have chosen this as the path to achieving financial independence, to becoming financially free, ladies and gentlemen, it is paramount that we begin today to accept. See, signing up into the business does not mean acceptance of the channel of working the business. No. If you are working this business and your mindset is bent on what are the things, it's just like someone saying, I want to read medicine in school. I want to achieve success in life by becoming a neurosurgeon. You've chosen that path and you tell yourself, I am not going to graduate as a medical doctor first. I am going to graduate as a civil engineer. Then I will become a neurosurgeon. My brother, my sister, you can't become a neurosurgeon. You can't achieve success as a neurosurgeon. No, you can't. It's not possible. We need to understand that coming into the business and accepting that, oh, this business requires me, for me to enjoy. Since I've signed into it, I can as well accept the things that defines the business. What are the things that define our business? Finding prospects. How often do you find new people to show the business? Some of us will say, I've exhausted my list. I don't know this, I don't know that. Have you consciously built a new list? It is so simple to build a list of people to do the business. Very simple. If you're someone who does not have a car, how can you build a new list? Go to places you've never been to. Expand your circle. Yes, expand your circle. It must not be church. What if you're attending this parish? Can you switch to another parish and make new friends if it must be in church? I'm not asking you to leave the same church you attended, but switch to another parish. Yes. If you're that person that is so introverted that anytime they invited you for a birthday, you wouldn't show up. This time when they invite you, show up. Because there you are conscious that you are going to make new friends. You're that person that every time you will drive in your own car, can you decide for the next 1 week, I'm going to use Bolt to go to my office so that I can have a discussion with that driver? Is someone thinking? This is you being conscious because you have accepted that this is the path. I have chosen this path. This is what I've got to do. How many people have you invited to take a look at the business in the last 1 week? You need to understand that picking up that phone and making that call is the thing that defines your acceptance in the business. I'm not calling it because it has been said you should call. It can start from there, but calling it because you have accepted this is what I've got to do. This is what makes me qualified to say I am even in the business. Let me tell you, some of us feel that you have to, I have to get to know you personally because before your business, before before it's known that you have a business. Let me tell you the truth. I don't have to. I don't have to. But let me tell you what I have known. What I have known is this. Your activities will make you known. The things you do will make you known. Does G.A. Tokwe need to introduce himself to me? No, he does not. I see his activities. Does G.A. Chikamso need to introduce? No, I don't. Her activities define herself to me. You need to understand these things. Your activities define what you have accepted to do. Did you get that? Put that down. Your activities defines what you have accepted to become, to do in the business. It's your activities that define that. So since you have accepted that this is the path, let your activities show your level of acceptance. Let your activities show your level of acceptance of this model of business to be the path that leads you to financial freedom. Is someone getting this morning? Rising to the occasion. If you are getting what I am sharing with you, go to the chat room and type "Ide enter." The level of activities you do on finding prospects, on inviting prospects, on presenting to prospects, on following up on prospects, on the 7 skills, the level of activities you do show your level of acceptance. I have accepted. If you see yourself growing lukewarm about doing some activities, let me tell you, you know, but you have not accepted. Knowing is different from accepting. Oh, I know beans is healthy for me. I know vegetables are healthy for me. I'm forcing myself to eat. You're looking for the slightest reason why you should stop eating vegetable. They put too much salt. It is not salt as I wanted. It's so cooked, it's undercooked. Let me tell you, when you accept eating vegetable, if it is undercooked, you eat it. If it is overcooked, you eat it. If it is not cooked, you still eat it. Is somebody learning? 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 Rising to the occasion. Number 2, rising to the occasion. One of the things that leads to failure is when we set out without any arrangement of the things we go with and what we are going to do and what we want to achieve. The reason why people get stuck in the middle of what they are doing is because majority of people just set out because they see a crowd moving and they just join the queue. But that is just a bit of the problem. That is just a tip of the major problem why people don't get to their promised land. Majority of us have have gotten to the point where we plan so much and do nothing. Where we spend all the time planning. Let me tell us something. If some of us have paid attention to the way things happen to us or to the way we execute things in two folds or twice. We execute it first in our mind and secondly, physically. You want to go to the market. How many of us have sat down to realize that before going to the market, your mind has gone to the market? How many of us have noticed that? Before you get to the market, your mind has already gone to the market. That's the way nature does it. You accept you are somebody who moves without any project, nothing, anywhere where believe. Even if you are anywhere where believe, somebody say, make we go to the club. Make we go club, Nabi. Make we go club. The moment the person mentions make we go club, the next thing that happens is you see yourself in the club. Guy, make we go collect one bottle. The moment the person says, make we go collect one bottle, what happens? You see yourself already having taken one bottle. You remember the last time you had one bottle. It just sticks. That's the way it happens. But let me tell you, when it comes to this business, unlike other things we do, because when we set the action first in our mind, it propels us to actually go and execute the action, even when in the course of executing it, it doesn't happen as we have planned in our mind. Oh, let's go to club, and then on getting to the road, maybe you guys drive in a car, and while you are getting to the club, police stops you to stop and search. You never envisage that happening, but all of a sudden they're searching you. Okay, what do you have on you? Nothing. Okay, you can start going. Oh, all of a sudden your car picks a nail on the road. Oh, what's happening? Why is that? You never envisage this thing, but your mission is what? You have been to the club in your mind. So going there with everything that happens in between is no problem. But what happens in our business is this. Listen to this. When we go to the action in our minds, which is the planning, many of us, because we have not accepted, listen to this, because we have not accepted the things that we are supposed to do as the things we should do, we look for the things that will stop us from actually doing the action. You are going to the market. There are traffic lights along the way. You never think of those traffic lights. What you think of are the things you're going to pick up from the market. Those are the things in your mind. But you still go to the market nonetheless. You still go. But once we come to this business, we do not get to do the activities. We focus more on the things that could happen when we get there. I could show this person and they will reject me. I could do this and they will not come. I have invited them before and they will not come. How many times have you gone to the market and traffic light was on and did it stop you from going to the market? How many times did you want to go to church and then on your way you realize that it's raining and you still made it to the church? How many times were you going to your office and on your way to your office your trousers tore and you still went to the office? But we focus our mind so much on the things that will happen along the way that we keep thinking of how to solve them. We keep thinking of the script to tweak that will have that will be rejection proof. We keep thinking of that person that we will show the business, that will not ask us any question, that will stop with megaverse for themselves and their entire family. We keep thinking of where will we find such a person, and we fail to actually get into the activities. So this morning, the message I bring to you is this: stop planning. Stop planning and start doing. The one you have planned is enough. Yes, I'm telling you. Get into those trousers, get into those pants and get out of where you are. Get out of the house and go and do what you've got to do. Get out of that office. Some of us, we come to the office, we start thinking, where will I go to prospect? Where will I go to prospect? Where will I go to prospect? Get out of where you are. Get out. Stop planning. When you continue planning and planning and planning, you keep thinking and thinking and thinking. You start overthinking. When you overthinking, you become anxious. You become nervous. When you become anxious, what happens? You think more and think more and think more. And you become more anxious, more anxious, more anxious, and you get nothing done. I don't know how many of us have seen this old movie. A very old movie though. I think it was in 2000 and was it 2012 or 2002 thereabout. It was by this guy Jackie Chan, Tuxedo. That's the name of the movie, Tuxedo. Now, Jackie Chan, it started off with the guy seeing a lady he admires, and then he has been in his car, he's a taxi driver, thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, how will I go and talk to her? How will I go and talk to her? How will I? That's what Jackie Chan has been thinking, thinking. Eventually, he decided to take a step. He took a step, but he was still thinking. He took a step. That's why when he got in front of the lady, he could not say a word. Chicken, Chimbai, he couldn't say a thing. Why? Because he was still thinking. You need to, why some of us are getting rejected is because while we are even trying to speak, we are still thinking of speaking. Just speak. And let me give you a good news. Do you want to hear the good news? The good news is this. No matter what you say, and you say it confidently, the prospect does not know. Are you aware? No matter what you say, for some of us who are presenters here, how many times have you climbed the stage and you goofed? No, for real. How many times have you climbed the stage and you pick one thing and say another thing? How many times? Somebody has gone to prospect here. We shared it in our CISO session 2 weeks ago. Someone has gone to prospect and the person says, I represent C247. Yeah? My name is blah, 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 blah. I represent C247. Does the prospect know the hell what is C247? No, they don't. But imagine you say that confidently and you continue. It is only you that knows that you have said C247. Hello? It is only you that knows that. So continue. Stop planning. So many of us plan. That big event has not happened because you've been planning. When will I get GAM to come? When will I get my brother? Go and do the event now. What is your own? Go and do it. I've been planning. The day I will wear a nice shirt, that's the day I will go and prospect. Eh? Are you naked? Go and prospect. Go and do it. Well, let me look for when they will be during their break. That is when I will call to do follow-up. Are you sure it's 12? My friend, call them now. If it is their break, they will tell you. If it is not their break, they will answer. Is it entering? Is it entering? Stop planning. Stop. You want to fix timetable. Hey, are you sure 11 o'clock will be fine? What of 12? Are you sure people will come? Fix it. Stop planning. We have planned and planned and planned and planned and planned. And we have become so frightened, so anxious, so nervous that we became more and more and more frightened and we ended up doing nothing. Stop planning, start doing. I want someone to type in the chat room, start doing. Start doing. Stop planning. We spend so much time planning. So let me tell us something. Have you realized that, let me use food for instance, food where they know prepare to make, now in the sweet pass. Have you realized that? Like, that, I remember those days in school. When you come back from home, from the semester just resumes, and you come back with all condiments, tomatoes, sardine, you had everything, maggi, everything, yeah? You now want to make jollof rice. You prepare, you chop your onions, chop your tomatoes, do everything together. You make that food. All of a sudden, this no green taste well like food for house. Have you realized that? But towards the end of the time, or in the middle, maybe when pepper done dry small, that rice that you jollof rice you make with only pepper and seasoning and oil, when you do it, check, anyhow, when you bring out the rice, yeah, yeah, it's like it's happening to why is this rice tasting so good? And someone realized that. That is what happens when you stop planning and start doing. So do you want to rise up to the occasion? Stop planning. Stop. Stop. You have planned enough. You being in this meeting is enough planning. Start doing. Start prospecting. Start finding those prospects. Pick up your phone. Write them out on a sheet of paper. Stop planning to do it. Stop planning to launch out to that new location. Stop planning. Go. Just go. Just go. You'll figure it out. Just go. Stop planning. Start doing. So many of us have planned and planned and planned and planned and planned. Start doing. Stop planning. Another thing I want to share with you that will help you to rise to the occasion is this. When you start doing, when you start doing, I want you to aim for the good soil. Aim for the soil where the seed you cast will, you want it to fall on the good soil. You don't want it to fall on by the roadside so that the birds will take it. You don't want it to fall on the thorny soil so that when it grows up, the thorns will choke it up. No, you don't want it to fall on the rocky soil. No, so that it will not have a good root. No, so aim for the good soil, very important. Aim for the good soil. Don't just cast your seed. Because God have said, get into field. What do? You go to a place that there are 20 Okada men and you tell them, oh yeah, take questionnaire. God said, you stop planning as you start executing, as you start doing. Oh yeah, all of you, there are 20 of you, take questionnaire. No, aim for the good soil. Very important. Aim for the good soil. Aim for the good soil. Aim for the good soil, but still this. Stop worrying about other grounds. When you aim for the good soil, some seeds will still fall by the roadside. Trust me. Oh, goodness. Some seeds will still fall on the roadside. Stop worrying about it. Some will still fall among thorns. Stop worrying about it. Some will fall on rocky soil. Some of them will tell you, I'm making payments. I'm making payments yesterday. Like they've already signed up. I am with you in this all the way. Huh? They have heard it. They are excited. They go home. What happened? The thorns choked them up. Stop worrying about that. Aim for the good soil. Because when you focus on those who have told you, I will do it, and they don't show up, what happens? You stop sowing. You miss every single chance of ever having anything fall on the good soil. So aim for the good soil. And stop worrying. So many of us are more interested, are more focused, are pouring more energy on the seeds that fell on where we don't want them, on the seeds that fell by the side. We are more interested in when will he tell me that he wants to pay? He has not paid. Damn, he promised me. He said he's going to pay. The painful part is that I'm calling him and he's not picking my call. I feel your pain. Stop worrying. Because as long as you continue sowing, some will fall on fertile grounds. Now look at this quadrant here. Looking at my screen, how many of these quadrants are the things you don't like? I want to see your comments in the chat room. There are 4 quadrants here. How many of these quadrants, listen to this, how many of these quadrants you see here? There is soil beside the road, there is rocky soil, there is thorny soil, and there is good soil. How many of these quadrants are the ones you do not like? I want to see your comment in the chat room. Three. How many of them are the ones you like? 1 out of 4. What does it tell you? The seeds you cast will fall more on the places you don't want. Yeah. I'm telling you the fact. The seeds the soils you don't want will take many of the seeds you sow. That's the truth. Because there are more. A simple analogy. There are more. You need to understand that. So when you start worrying that they are rejecting you, and after 1 week, you'll get one sign up. After, my brother, it's normal. Why is it normal? Because the thorny soil, the soil by the road, the rocky soil are more. There are plenty. But let me give you the good news. You see that seed that now falls on the good soil. Oh. When the seed falls on the thorns and it grows up, it dies. When it falls by the roadside, the bird takes it. That's all. When it falls on rocky soil, no root. When the sun comes, the sun scorches it and it dies, bruh. But when it falls on the good soil, what does it do? It produces other seeds. It produces fruit. Let me tell you this. The fruits that it produces, the seeds that it produces, outweighs whatever you have lost on the soil, on the soil by the road, on the rocky soil, all combined together. The only thing is this: will you continue sowing? Will you continue aiming for the good soil? Will you be in the field, continue sowing, so that you will have enough seeds that will be lost to have enough that will remain, that will fall on the good soil? That is the question. Because in that good soil, let me tell you, some will produce 100% harvest. What is 100% harvest? It means everything, the one thing they produce covers every single thing you have lost. Some will produce 60%. Some will produce 30%. But the bottom line on the good soil is this: everything that falls on that good soil germinates. That's why when you sign someone up, that person can just become a sign up that gives you 5,000, that gives you 7,000, which is a gain. Or can become that person who just ends up at becoming an active partner, which is still a benefit. Or becomes that person who becomes a kingsman who raises other active partners. Or becomes that somebody who becomes a leader that raises many other leaders. Have you noticed that your leaders will form from the good soil, but that good soil will never be there for them to come out from if you stop sowing? If you start looking at the ones that fell on the soils you don't want and makes you to stop sowing. Are we getting this? If they enter, go to the chat room and type if they enter. If they enter. I said today that this may be for someone, this will be for someone, actually, not me, I'm not guessing it. This will be for someone that moment that changes everything for them. Stop worrying about the things that the people that lie to you that they are coming. Stop worrying about the upline that is not giving you the support to become the best you can be. Tell yourself, I can create my own good soil. Another fact that will help you to rise to the occasion, is this. I don't know how many of us grew up in the village or had opportunity to actually farm. But let me tell you this: seeing or casting the seeds is not enough. Sowing or casting the seeds is not enough. You need to grab and keep hold of your hope. Let me explain. And let me give you an example with me. There is something I was working on. There's something I was working on, and I realized there was a piece of information I have come across. Like when I come across some pieces of information, I have a way of saving them so that whenever I want to reference them, I go back to them, I read them again, I things from them, I pick interesting knowledge from them and apply them into what I want to do. So I kept looking for this thing. I kept looking for it, kept looking for it, kept looking for it. I know I saw it somewhere, but I wanted to revisit it in the words of the mentor who passed it on. I kept going back to looking for it, searched everywhere, I couldn't find it. Guess what happened? I said, you know what? Let me just, since I have gone through, since I know what it is, I just needed more detailed information. Make I just find it out in my head. I didn't know that God wanted to teach me a lesson. God wanted me to open my eyes to a new realm of understanding, which I'm going to share with you now. Now, I needed that information to work on something. I needed it to work on something. So because I was looking for that information, I didn't start that thing I wanted to work on. I didn't start it. I didn't because I felt no, this is very crucial for me. I will coin it, but make I hold on. Make I hold on. Let me think of something else to do. Now, at a point, I convinced myself to working on it with what I can remember. Since I couldn't find the original material, let me work on it with what I can remember. But guess what happened? When I got into the field, grabbed the hoe and started working on what I wanted to do, lo and behold, I found the article I was looking for. I saw eventually where I put it aside. It was like a shocker to me, like what? And something that awakening just dawned on me. When you grab the hoe, the grace for tilling the ground will be provided. Right. When you grab the hoe, the grace for tilling the ground will be made available. Abraham, God said, you have to sacrifice for me. Or you have to come and make a sacrifice for me. He agreed. And what did he do? He carried firewood. Knowing that it was his son that is about to be sacrificed. He carried firewood. And because he set on that mission and was determined to sacrifice his only son to God, who gave him the son? What happened? God provided the lamb for the sacrifice. Let me tell you this. The reason why you are not finding the prospects is because you are not looking for the prospects. The reason they are not coming is because you have not invited enough. You invite two or three and you say, I beg. No, it needs to be proven that you are ready for the harvest. It needs to be proven. And how does it need to be proven? You have to go through the sun and the rain for it to be proven. It's certain. The reason why you are not having that team, you see, many of us, there's this thing we prophesy by the words of our mouth. I used to be a victim of it, which I have stopped. We prophesy the things we don't want, and we expect the opposite. It does not happen. Nigerian youths are very lazy. Graduates are very lazy. Let me tell you, you will keep getting graduates that are lazy and Nigerian youths that are lazy. Those are the kind of people that will be in your team. Because that is what you're saying. You need to understand that the provision to do what you need to do can only be available when you set yourself in motion onto the task that you need to do. Some of us are asking, some of us are lacking the provision, the enablement, the mindset, the right words to say. See, let me tell you this. How many people have you seen who are scared of presentation, who knows what to say in presentation, but they are scared? How many of them do you see that when they climb the stage, they don't know what to say? Never does it happen. When they climb the stage, they might stutter for the first few words. That's the test. They need to be tested with that stuttering to know whether they will leave the stage or they will remain on stage. Now, when they climb the stage, stutter for the first 2 minutes, what happens? It starts to flow. Why is it flowing? Because it's there already. The provision has been made available even before they climb the stage. They just needed to be on that stage, activated. Is somebody getting this? If you are looking for those prospects that will give you mega verses, you have to set in motion looking for them where you can find them, period. If you want to become a kingsman, you have to set in motion the activities that make you become a kingsman. You have to become an active partner first. You have to sponsor other active partners, other people, EAPs that will become active partners. You need to understand that it is in the doing that the provision is made available. It is not in the planning. No, the planning gives you a process that you can execute, but it is when you set in the motion, that certain things will become available to you. Is somebody getting this? Is somebody getting this? Many of us are not getting what we want because we are busy thinking and planning, but we are not putting our hands onto the hoe. We are not putting our hands onto the plow. We are just looking at the plow and we are not holding it and moving with it. Is somebody getting the difference? So today, do you want to rise to the occasion? My message to you is this: grab the hoe and get into the activities. When you get into the activities, how many of us have imagine, oh, I want to go and prospect to this VIP prospect. This man looks like a big VIP. But when you are done with the presentation, you're asking yourself, did I do that? That seems now like a piece of cake. Because as you got into the activity, the provision to do the activity became available. Is someone getting empowered this morning? Is somebody getting empowered this morning? Is someone getting empowered this morning? Is someone getting empowered this morning? And then very quickly, I want you to always set your eyes on the harvest. The challenges will come. Trust me. The difficulties will be there. But I tell you, if you set your eyes on the harvest, when the weeds come, you remove the weeds and continue going. When the storm comes, you cover yourself in the storm and you keep moving. Set your eyes on the harvest. What are the harvest of this business? The good cars, the good income, the fact that you lead a nation that requires your input, knows that you have played a positive part in their life. Some of you may not know how it feels, but go and ask some leaders how it feels to see their downlines become successful. Ask them how it feels to see their downlines make 500,000 in a month, 1 million naira in a month, buy new cars. They invite you to their wedding and you are there, knowing that every single kobo used for planning that wedding to the glory of God happened because they signed up into this business. And in some way, you assisted them to discover who they are. So set your eyes on the harvest. Stop setting your eyes on the things that happen. We set our eyes on the challenge that we go through before we get to the harvest. And very importantly, I want you to listen to this. God, listen to this. God will never walk on the possible. God will never walk on the possible. We are created in the image and likeness of God. What it means is that we are actually gods. It means that there are, let me paint this example for us biblically. Some of us remember the Gospel of John, I think chapter 11. Jesus Christ had a family, was a friend to a family of Lazarus, Mary and Martha. Yeah? So he had those family friends, and then they informed him that Lazarus was ill and he didn't go. Some of us remember that story. And then by the time he went, he told his apostles, let's go. My friend Lazarus is asleep, and let's wake him, something like that. And then by the time he was going, how many days was Lazarus dead? Lazarus was dead already 4 days. 4 days. 4 days. Now, when someone dies, what happens? The organs will die, right? The blood will clot, the veins will die, everything will just die. That's why the person can, you find out over time, the person you can't move the fingers anymore, everything will just be stiff, yeah? That's what happens. So, and Lazarus has been dead not for 4 hours, but for 4 days. Listen to this. Lazarus has been dead for 4 days. Now, on getting there, on getting to Lazarus' place, he was informed this guy is dead. This guy is late for 4 days. And he knew, in fact, he asked them to, went to the front of the tomb and asked them to remove the rock. He asked the disciples, remove the rock from that was used to cover the tomb, remove it. And he was told, this guy will be smelling already because he's been dead 4 days. He said, what? You guys should do what? Remove the rock, remove it. So they removed it. And what did he say? He said, Lazarus, come forth. Now, when he said Lazarus, comfort, what happened? The blood vessels that were dead automatically became alive, right? The brain cells that were dead or automatically came to life. The decaying body all became whole. Abi? The blood that was clotted also immediately started pumping. And it didn't just pump, everything became normal because Lazarus did not come out and start running mad because he has not been in touch with earthly reality for past 4 days. He came out and he was sane and he walked out. Yeah, he walked out and they said remove the bandages and give him food. Yeah, that's what he said. Now look at this. The question is this: what was easier for God to do? What was easier for Jesus Christ to do? That person who could make clotted blood to become alive, could make dead organs to become alive, could make dead veins to be open again, and a human being that was once dead now come alive. That person that has the ability to do it, is it removing the lid of the grave? Is it removing the cover of the grave that was hard for him to do? What is easier to do? To remove the covering of the tomb or to raise the dead? I want you to comment in the chat room. What is easier to do? To remove the covering of the tomb or to raise the dead and revive all dead organs, all dead blood cells? What was easier to do? Remove the cover or to revive that dead Lazarus? Which one was easier? I want to hear your comments in the chat room. Which one was easier to do? Which one was simpler? To revive those dead blood vessels, those dead tissues, and give them life, such that a human being that was dead 4 days, not 4 minutes, not 4 hours, but 4 good days, a woman who was dead for 4 days now became alive. What was easier? Removing the lid of the tomb or raising the dead? What was easier? Let me see your comment in the chat room. What was easier? What was easier? It was easier to remove the stone. It was easier. The person that has the ability, to raise the dead, removing the stone was a piece of cake. He could have just thought about it and it would be removed. He could just wave a finger without saying a word and the lid would have removed. But guess what? God will not do it. He will ask you to do it because that is possible. The apostles can do it. The disciples can do it. The people there got that. And remove the lid of the stone. It is no longer his problem. He has given us the ability to do that. So we should do it. We have done that. Now, the thing that we cannot do, which we do not have the ability, which is raising the dead, he did it. Let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand it and assimilate it in your mind. What you can do, God will not interfere. What you can do, God will not interfere. What you can do, you see that prospecting, you can do it. God will not interfere. He will not do it for you. You see that finding prospects, you will do it. God will not interfere. You see that presenting, inviting them, God will not interfere. You will do it. He has given you the ability to do it. And I want you to know this. What you cannot do, God will not ask you to do it. No. What you cannot do, God will not ask you to do it. He will not. But that which you will do, that which you can do, that which he has given you the enablement to do, you've got to do it. He said, the heart of the king is in the hands of the Lord, and he turns it wherever he wishes. Go to that stage, go to that office, invite that person, show the person the presentation. Allow God to speak to his mind. Allow God to speak to him through your words in places that he needs the business. That is what God will do. But you will present. God will not come down from heaven and present for you. No, God will not come down from heaven and make you an active partner. You are the one that will go out there and invite, prospect, and get those people into your business. Allow God to do what he has chosen, what he does as God. Allow God to do it. But don't bring down the burden of what he has given you ability to do and put it on God. God's time is the best and you're not prospecting. God's time is the best and you're not inviting. God's time is the best and you're not presenting. God's time is the best and you've not followed up on your prospect. God's time is the best and you no. God's time is the best, yes, but you have to do what he has given you the ability to do. Is somebody getting something? Somebody getting something? Is somebody getting something? Because this is where many of us are missing it. We kneel down and we are praying and praying and praying and praying. We are indirectly asking God, telling God, I can't do this. And he's looking at us and saying, but you are of my image. In my likeness, I created you. How? See, let us not be a disappointment to our Maker. Let's rise up to the occasion. 11th of November, we are going to have induction of Kingsmen. How many Kingsmen will you have? If you miss the one of November, what will happen by the end of this year? I want you to know this. Every challenge you face in this business can be arrested with numbers. If you prospect, if you are looking for prospects, find more prospects. If you are inviting and they are not coming, invite many more. You know, I was trying out something lately, and the first day I had 5 confirmed bookings. Nobody showed up. I think I told us this last week. The second day I had 12 confirmed bookings. 1 showed up and didn't stay to the end. The third time I had 15 or so. 1 showed up, 2 showed up, 1 stayed to the end. The next one I said 20. 2 showed up. I think 1 stayed to the end. The next one I raised it to 30. And guess what? 6 showed up. What does this tell me? And what does this confirm to me? That challenge you're having in this business can be solved if you are willing to go through the numbers. I want to speak to someone here, to the mind of that person who has accepted that this is the path that they have chosen to become financially free. I want to speak to the mind of that person. Make sure that this year does not end without you becoming a Kingsman. Make sure that this year does not end without you becoming a Kingsman. The challenge is that majority of us live very short lives. Not short life on our earthly life, but short life on our proposed goals. We want to achieve something, and the excitement to get it achieved wears off after a month, wears off after the cell meeting, wears off after a week. I want you to rise up and not become that person anymore. Tell yourself, this year will not end without me being a kingsman. This year will not end without me raising two kingsmen, without me raising five kingsmen. I was speaking with someone a couple of days, and he says to me, when it gets to November, it's like for me, the year has shut down. I didn't want to counter what he's saying because it's not in our business. But in my mind, I say, no, November and December are the times we wrap up how we want the next year to begin. How many of you would want to begin next year as a kingsman? How many of us will want to begin next year because what we did this year is transforming us into the new year? I want to let you know that when a new year comes, what you do in these last weeks of the year, of this year, will determine how amazing your new year will be. Some people, I saw a video of some people who jumped boat and went to another company. They went to where they give them hot water cooler, standing fan and all that, standing fan. I saw the videos and they were dancing and I was laughing. I was laughing because is it electric kettle and cooler? I don't, but the thing is this, these people failed to rise up to the occasion. They can blame anything and everybody but themselves. But the point remains that if you want to rise up to the occasion, tell yourself this year cannot end without me becoming a kingsman. It cannot end. So some of you may be asking, what does it take to be a kingsman? How many of us here know what it takes to become a kingsman? How many of us here knows what it takes? If you type it in the chat room, what does it take to become a kingsman? What does it take to become a kingsman? Write it in the chat room if you know. What does it take? What do you need to do to become a kingsman? What do you need to do to become a kingsman? What do you need to do to become a kingsman? What do you need to do? What do you need to become a kingsman? What is required of you? Have 5 active partners, 3 accounts and do maintenance, 5 active partners. So let's break it down more. What does it take, and SMO, what does it take to become, to have, what does it take to become an active partner? What does it take to become an active partner? What does it take to become an active partner? What does it take to become an active partner? What does it take to become an active partner? Connect one person. It's not just that. Connect one person personally into the business. That's one. What's another thing it takes to become an active partner? What does it take to become an active partner? Apply for it. Sponsor one person, apply for it, and it be approved, and you are onboarded. Now, connect one person personally, apply to become an active partner. If it is approved by me, apply through your GA leader. If it is approved by me, you will be in your onboarding session. And then if it is approved, after that, you go into the onboarded active partner group, and then you start your SMO activities. Yeah. Now, when you now raise 5 active partners, when you now raise 5 active partners, 5 people who have gone through what you have gone through, what happens is this: you become what? A kingsman. You become a kingsman. That's when you have an ID number in the business. Now, listen to this. I'm not asking you if you cannot to become a kingsman this month. No. But make sure that before the end this year, you become a kingsman. People have made commitments in August, in September, and October, or July, or no, August, September, and October, if I'm not. mistaken, to become Kingsmen, to raise Kingsmen, to personally sponsor people. But 1 month into it, they go lukewarm. Let me tell you what we did. We put up a commitment that everybody who wants to sponsor 20 people, they should do this. Everybody wants, they should do this. After the first month, everybody went to bed. Now, what some of you may think is that the money contributed, Gam has used it to buy fuel in his car. No, I did not. The record exists of every single person who made commitment. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And so far, this is meant to be the 3rd month or so, yeah, or if I'm not mistaken. And then nobody is close to achieving that. So we are relaunching this between now and end of the month. But this time, it's not a commitment, actually, that you are going to make by dropping money. What is going to be is this: all the contributed money that people have contributed will go to that individual who sets himself apart from the crowd. Yes. As I speak to you, there is a total, listen to this. As I speak to you, there is a total of 1,042,000 on I'm going to become a Kingsman. I'm going to sponsor 20 in 30 days. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. As I speak to you, there is a total of 1,042,000. The good news is this 1,042,000 is available to every great achievers. It's available, but on a condition. The condition that this becomes yours by the end of this year. I want to ask you, how will it feel that on the evening of 31st of December, you get a credit alert of 1,042,000? You're entering new year with whatever you have plus 1,042,000. How will you enter 2024? I need somebody to talk to me. 31st of December, you have this money, it's yours. 31st of this month, smiling. Okay. 1 million. Yeah, you're smiling. Mary says crazy. Kind of say grand style. Super, super excited. I think I can relate with that. Heaven on earth. Glorious. Now let me tell you this. This can be yours. And all you have to do is to do the simplest thing. What is the simple thing? From 1st of October, which we have done 15 days on, to 31st of December, make sure that this month of August, you sponsor 5 people. Make sure that this month of October, sorry, you sponsor 5 people personally. The month of November, you sponsor 5 people. The month of December, sponsor 5 people. That will be a total of how many? 15 personally sponsored by the end of this year. When you do that, and you are the highest, listen to this. When you do that, and you are the highest, now some people will decide to sponsor 6, some will decide to sponsor 7, but the minimum you sponsor every month is 5. This month of October, this month, next month of November, and then by the grace of God, the month of December, these 3 months combined, you sponsor 5 minimum every month. When you do that, and you are the highest, if you sponsor 16 and the next person sponsors 15, you are the highest. If you sponsor 20 and the next person sponsors, it's up to you. But minimum of 5 every month, and you are the highest, guess what happens? This 1,042,000 will become yours. 1,042,000 will become yours. Now, this is 15 personal sponsor by 31st December, but the highest. Now, if everybody scores 15, we share it out to the people who have the highest. But minimum of 5 every month. Minimum of 5 every month. and you must be a kingsman by 31st December this year. Now, the question is this. If not for anything, what will 1 million do for you? 1,042,000. Some people that were supposed to do encoding and they refused to do encoding when they should, when they paid their penalty. I added it also this morning. Some people who were supposed to report their penalty on time, they did not. I added everything, 1,042,000. Will you want to have 1,042,000 by the end of this year? Who is getting this 1 million? Who is becoming a kingsman? Who is the person becoming this kingsman? Who will have the highest? Who will have the highest? Who will have the highest? If nobody makes it, if some people do 14 and all that, we just take the money and send it to an orphanage. We just take the 1,042,000, go to an orphanage and give it to them for their new year. But it can be you. It can be you. The choice is yours. Minimum of 5 personal sponsors every day. Apart from the delegates who are still remaining in the group, every other group challenge we have is dissolved. I'm starting a new group for those who want to be in this, that every month they will sponsor 5 people, starting with this October. Yes. So what it means is that if you have not sponsored anyone, you have a lot of work to do in October, which is understandable. 1 million is a lot of money. Then November, just do 5. You have 30 days. December, just do 5. You have 31 days. And this one, and then you look and the next person is having 15 like you. You don't want to share the money with them. You add extra 1 to yourself, add extra 2, add extra 3, add extra 4. And guess what? You become the winner. The choice is yours. But I believe in you. Let me tell you this, oh goodness. When I look at great achievers and the spirit that drives the great achievers, I tell you guys, I am super proud of each and every one of you. Are there people who don't align with the vision? Yeah, there will always be a Judas. But I thank God that I am doing this business with people like you, with GA leaders like you. And what I can tell you is this: the sky is our starting point. The sky is our starting point. All you have to do is this: rise up for the occasion and never ever forget that God will not do for you what he has given you the ability to do for yourself. I believe in each and every one of you, and I know each and every one of you has what it takes to get to the top possible. Go for the top. I believe in you. I pray for you that you will, above all things, succeed and be prosperous. Even as you're so prosperous, I wish us the best of this new week. I know some leaders are here and may want to share a word or two before we wrap it up for today. That's my message for each and every one of us. If you are empowered this morning, go to the chat room, drop a comment. If you get a thing or two that would help you, go to the chat room, drop a comment, let us know. And then while the leaders share a word or two with us before we wrap it on off here. Okay, who do I have here? Dear Tokwe, share a word with us.
Good morning, boss. Good morning, great achievers. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for always dishing out value to us all the time. Great achievers, ladies and gentlemen, the end justifies the means. The end of a thing is greater than the beginning of everything. This is the end of the year. We're wrapping up the year gradually. But how would you feel if you end up this year as a millionaire? It will be great for you. It will be great for your family. It will be great for everyone around you. Make sure that you make this end of the year, go harder than you have ever done since the beginning of this year. This is one thing that I pick out from this. And, Gam said something that really, caught my attention. He said, God will not do for you what you can do for yourself. And God will not ask you to do what he knows you cannot do. Okay, this word is very powerful to me. And that's why most of us, business is not working, but we go to church, we are doing night vigils, we are doing revival, and you see that you are still not moving from one spot to another, because God will not do for you what you can do for yourself. After the prayers, after the revival, hit the streets, go and share your questionnaire, go and hit the number. That's how God can help you. There's no way God can help you if you are not helping yourself. Our business is a business of what you kill, now you go chop. At the end of this year, if you want to live a better life next year, it begins now. Don't wait till January and start doing New Year resolution. What would they always say do every year? Make it count now. 2024 begins now. If you end this year very well, you can begin 2024 powerfully. And if you end this year with Kingsmen in your team, trust me, you see, this at the end of the year, I've come to understand with my experience of this, little experience of this business, that at the end of the year, when people resume January, a lot of people don't have their teammates anymore. Many of the teammates would have gone to bed with the new year. But if you can just build them to become Kingsmen now, trust me, you can have your Christmas in peace, okay? And believe that by the time you resume 2024, you have people in your business. Thank you once again, the Great Achievers Mentor. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
Thank you for sharing those thoughts with us. Thank you very much. I can't see the video of any other leader here. Any other leader here. So